Yeah, I'm inspired by, life and all sorts of things. You can say something right now and would inspire me to write a song or something to happen. Most kings just happen to be inspired by Basquiat drawing, the drawing, and he had the most young kings get their head cut off on the bottom. And I looked at that and I was like, it's powerful. Just the statement in itself, lends itself for a song. The song starts inspired by Basquiat. My chariot's on fire. Everybody took shots, hit my body up, I'm tired. And then it's just, it build me up to break me down, to build me up again. They like, oh, we need you back so we could kill your ass again. It's like this thing, this love, hate thing that the world has with success, period. My advice is just do things that are true to you. Most things that I'm involved with are extension of being creative. Rockaway is a clothing company. It's part of who you are, and hip hop is your attitude and what you're trying to express, how you dress. I love sports growing up. I grew up in a household where sports was on 24/7. So these are all things that are comfortable for me. These are things that I like. So I would just say get involved in things that you love, and also have a standard for yourself and have some sort of integrity, and try to, find some sort of truth in what you're doing. I'm specifically speaking to us and about who we are and how do you maintain the sense of self while pushing it forward and holding us to have a responsibility for our actions. Mm-hmm. Because in America, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And there's a solution for us. If we had a power base together, it would be a much different conversation than me having a conversation by myself, trying to change America by myself. Mm-hmm. If I come with 40 million people, mm-hmm. it's a different conversation, mm-hmm. right? It's just how it works. I can affect change and get whomever in office because this many people, mm-hmm. we're all on the same page. And for us, like I'm saying, to speak to that point is, don't forget that, because that's really not the goal. The goal is not to be successful and famous. Mm-hmm. Right. That's not the goal. The goal is, if you have a specific God-given ability, is to live your life out through that. Right. One. And two, we have a responsibility to push the conversation forward until we're all equal. Mm-hmm. Until we're all equal in this place, because until everyone's free, no one's free. And that's just the fact. You have to educate your children on the world as it exists today and how it got to that space. But my child doesn't need the same tools that I needed growing up. Mm-hmm. I needed certain tools to survive my area that my child doesn't need. They've grown up in a different environment. Mm-hmm. But also they have to know their history and have a sense of what it took to get to this place and have compassion for others. Right. The most important thing, I think, out of all this is to teach compassion and to identify with everyone's struggle and to know these people made these sacrifices for us to be where we are and to push that forward for us. I believe that's the most important thing to show them, because they don't have to know things that I knew growing up, like being tough, and it's just certain tools that you would hope for your child to have. Mm-hmm. Again, fairness and compassion and empathy and a loving heart. And those things translate in any environment. Those are the main base things that you want. Well, for me, I would want my child to have. Mm-hmm. To treat people as they are, no matter who they are, mm-hmm. no matter where they sit in the world. Not to be super nice to someone at a high position or mean to someone who they deem to be below them. I can't buy you love. I can't show it to you. Mm-hmm. I can show you affection and I can express love, but I can't put it in your hand. Right. I can't put compassion in your hand. I can't show you that.
Right.
So the most beautiful things are things that are invisible. And it's great. You don't feel racism. But when you try to challenge the club, it's like, oh no, we should have a seat at this, to use the Solange album title. We should have a seat at this table. And then it gets into a space where it's like, wait, you guys are mad at me about the same thing you guys are doing. And it's just, it gets into a weird space.
Are you in meetings now in your business life where you're the only black man in the room?
Well, when I was doing the Nets, I was definitely the only black guy in the room.
And what was that like? Describe that.
It's strange, but at the same time, I think that in that room, my celebrity allowed me a voice that probably would have been awkward for someone in my position, being the only black person in the room, to break through. Be proud of who you are and realize that we're gonna get further together.
Right.
Don't check out. You can't just, turn your back on the place you come from. You come from a community. Your job is to uplift it now. Or we know how it turns out.
Right.
Once you stop being Tiger Woods and you going on...
What would you say to Tiger Woods? Do you know Tiger Woods?
No, I'm not.
How would you classify Tiger Woods in that discussion?
Same sort of thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when Tiger was afforded the privilege of, he playing golf, you were protected. The minute that you're not providing for the thing, it's like now your license is on TV and it's like you're black. And then it deals with the other side of success, how people look at you when you're successful. Media medals, people sue you, settle. Every step you take, they remind you get it. So no matter how far you are, you still have that stigma on you of where you come from when you walk inside the door. Even if you have a tuxedo on, it's like, oh yeah, that's the guy who used to be this and did that. Most kings get their head cut off, right? I mean, in war, battle, and in life. At the end of the day, you've achieved everything you want. You've made it to the top of the throne, and at the end of the day, you just get your head cut off. It deals, for the most part, with success. It deals with people who you started your life off with and what success does to them. People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same, like you're doing all this for a reason. And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success. So you are changing. You don't change who you are, the core of who you are, the things you believe, the things you love, and the things you die for, and your principles. You don't change that, but you're going to change who you are. You're going to change, you can't do the same things that you can't hang on the corner. Some people may not be comfortable with that.